Everything that we pick up here, I'm certain you can get later in the game, other than the Iron Helm. I don't know for sure if you can get that later, but there's no super advantage to beating the Vanguard even if you don't beat him and you're okay with not having that helmet. Unless you have the digital deluxe bundle, you won't be having everything. I don't have the deluxe bundle, so I'm missing some items as well.
Of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended. The Nexus. It holds together the northern land of Boletaria. Thou canst not quit the Nexus, but the 5 Archstones will guide thee to the outer lands.
You have died, and the Nexus has imprisoned your soul. You cannot escape the Nexus. However, by capturing demon souls, you can reclaim your corporeal body. Welcome to the Nexus. Very beautiful hub for demon souls. A lot of stuff going on as soon as you come into the game. As soon as I started my playthrough of Demon Souls, the first thing I wanted to do was talk to the Maiden in Black for leveling up, but I couldn't find her. So I walked around for a long time trying to find her. And of course, I don't find her because she's not here just yet. She just, I guess, runs away after she picks you up. I'm going to go through and talk to the NPCs just once each because I don't want to be in the Nexus forever talking to NPCs right now. I will exhaust their dialogue at a later point, save for the Crestfallen Warrior, because the Crestfallen Warrior's whole quest is exhaust his dialogue, then beat a certain boss, and then he dies, and you get a soul item. And I want to save him for possible character tendency stuff later on in the playthrough. But I will talk to him once.
Well, you slipped through the fissure too, did you? You came for demon souls? Or to save this land and be remembered as a hero? Hunting for demons? Try one of the Archstones. Now go. That is why you came, is it not? To this accursed Boletaria.
That is why you came, is it not? To this accursed Boletaria. Good old Crestfallen Warrior dialogue. I was so excited when I first saw the Crestfallen Warrior and heard him say that. And I was like, recurring theme in the Souls games, awesome. We can talk to Stockpile Thomas next.
I'm Stockpile Thomas. When the Scourge came, I didn't know what hit me. When I came to, I found myself here in this Nexus. My wife and daughter fell victim to the demons. But I would be worthless in battle. At the very least, I hope to lend my assistance to you brave slayers of demons. I would be happy to lighten your load and look after any excess baggage.
some there are going to be some things in this game that I'm going to describe as interesting that I feel not many other people will think is interesting. For me, I think Stockpile Thomas being your storage box
Rest
is
assured,
really interesting.
your goods are safe and sound with me. Best of luck to you.
I love learning things about the game. I love the Souls games so much, and I love learning about them and kind of understanding or at least speculating about their thought processes and just also about how old games were or older games were through some of the ways that the games change over time. So playing this game, Dark Souls 1 was my first Souls game, and playing this game after Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Elden Ring, all that good stuff is really it was just a fun time. And just learning about all this stuff and how it used to be and how they improved it later on and so forth. And I'll probably be nerding out about that throughout the playthrough.
Best of luck to you.
Stockpile Thomas being here right away and me putting those shards away is because in Demon Souls, the items that you pick up have weight. So you have an item burden in your inventory. You also have an equipment burden. Your equipment burden is what you're using. And there are two roll speeds from what I understand. There's a roll speed for if you're over 50% carry weight, and that's called a fat roll usually. I guess in this game, this is a fast roll that I'm doing. Maybe more like a mid roll. But I guess a fast roll. Some of the characters in the character creation screen were kind of hunched over, and those are the characters that were fat rolling or over 50% equip burden. And then the item burden also exists. In this game, you're able to send things to storage whenever you want to, wherever you are. But I believe in the original 2009 Demon Souls, you had to come back and give stuff to Stockpile Thomas and then go back to the world in order to pick things up. Which makes me curious about some stuff, like if you kill an enemy and they drop something and you don't pick it up and it's an important item, does it just stay where they died, or how does that work? But it's a really great improvement in the remake because that would have really sucked to deal with. The remake improves a lot of stuff from the original Demon Souls. Some people might not like that. I do. I think that some of the improvements that were really just old games being old games are really appreciated.
You new here? Are you here for my services? The name's Baldwin. I'm just an ordinary blacksmith. It's simple. Just bring me all the souls you can. In trade, I'll give you weapons. Or forge the ones you already have. With your souls, I can eke out a living. And with my weapons, you can go on living. Not a bad deal, eh?
I have a habit of repairing my things every single time I come to the Nexus. I will undoubtedly
I need your business.
come to Blacksmith Baldwin, repair my things, and then come back to him and click the repair option again, and then it'll tell me that nothing needs repaired. It's just what I do. I don't know why.
Oh my, how has this happened? Has God abandoned us for King of Land, failing to show proper respect? Oh, Mbasa.
I have no idea what this character is freaking out about. I think her name is Worshipper of God. I don't think this character has any real name, like Blacksmith Baldwin or Stockpile Thomas. She's just Worshipper of God. And she just kind of told us that she's like panicking because of something that happened but I don't know what happened. Is it us showing up? What is making her freak out and wonder if God has abandoned us? Because as far as I understand it, the whole demons taking over the world thing has been going on for a minute. So a bit of a delayed reaction, perhaps, from the worshiper of God for demons taking over the entire world.